December 6th. You are listening to weather from the National Weather Service. Area forecast discussion, Chicago, Illinois. 3:19 a.m. Central Standard Time. Through Wednesday, forecast focuses primarily on patchy, dense fog across southern parts of the forecast area this morning. This includes the timing and coverage of a couple of periods of light precipitation through this evening. A weak and somewhat now diffuse cold front has pushed across parts of the forecast area since last evening and was analyzed to be just northwest of the Interstate 55 corridor across northern Illinois at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Not much push noted behind the front, which is expected to wash out across the southeastern county warning area today. Ahead of the front, surface air and dew point temperatures were both in the mid and upper 30s, resulting in areas of fog with a few localized 1/4 to 1/2 a mile visibility. Dense fog reports in Peru, Morris, and Sugar Grove, AWOS/ASOS. Fog will likely linger past sunrise this morning given moist low levels and stalling front. At this time, I'm not expecting visibilities below a mile to become widespread, though areas of 1 to 2 mile visibility of fog are likely to persist past sunrise. Therefore, I'm not planning on a dense fog advisory, though we'll certainly continue to monitor trends in case dense fog becomes more widespread. A little farther to the north, regional radar depicts a very narrow band of frontogenetically forced elevated returns from near the Quad Cities to near Waukegan. RAP-high-resolution rapid refresh forecast soundings depict this forcing acting on a region of saturation generally at or above 600 MB with relatively steep 6.5 Celsius temperature-wise lapse rates per kilometer. Drier air was noted below that level, and further low-level drying is depicted over the next few hours, which combined with expected weakening frontogenetic forcing over the next couple of hours should eventually allow this band to weaken and dissipate through sunrise as the mid-level jet streak exits. While no surface reports of precipitation have been noted, the band is narrow and may not be sampled by the AWOS-ASOS network. We have maintained slight chance of precipitation north of Interstate 88 prior to sunrise for the potential for a few isolated sprinkles or snowflakes to make it to the surface. Light rain is expected to redevelop along and north of Interstate 88 by midday, however, as another jet streak and associated sheared mid-level vorticity maxima develops eastward across the area and induces renewed frontogenetic forcing within the lingering Barcelinic zone north of the stalled surface cold front. This will again be in a relatively narrow west-southwest to east-northeast band, similar but likely a little better defined than this morning's. Light rain is also expected to develop later this afternoon farther south, along and southeast of the Interstate 80, Interstate 55 corridors, in association with an area of low pressure propagating along the southern portion of the stalled front into southeast Missouri. Precipitation amounts in both areas are expected to be relatively light, only a few hundredths of an inch, and temperatures will be solidly above freezing. Dry conditions are then expected from after midnight through the day Wednesday. Temperatures, which are currently in the low to mid 30s across much of the area, are expected to moderate into the low to mid 40s today and into the mid and upper 40s Wednesday with a mix of clouds and sun. Here's the long-term forecast discussion issued 2:20 a.m. earlier this morning Central Standard Time, Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. Primary wet forecast concern remains a storm system to affect the area Thursday into Friday and the potential for snow Thursday night and Friday morning. Overall trends in the models over the past day or so has been to shift the Thursday-Friday system a little further north. There still looks to be a band of accumulating snow, but the models now have this mainly in the southern Wisconsin, with the southern edge of any snow near the Illinois-Wisconsin state line. Still plenty of time for this to shift again, but for now have mainly rained for the southern two-thirds of the area, with a rain-snow mix across the far north Thursday night into Friday morning. If snow does accumulate, it will likely need to occur from heavier precipitation intensity, cooling the column and switching the precipitation over to a wet snow. Another trend has been for a slower onset to the rain on Thursday. Quite a bit of uncertainty for how fast precipitation will arrive on Thursday, but it's possible much of the area will remain dry through midday, with rain spreading across the area in the afternoon. The slower timing will also likely lead to a slower end time on Friday, when precipitation may taper off as light rain or drizzle. A dry period is expected Friday night through at least Sunday morning, possibly into Sunday night. The models have now focused the next system early next week, and thus much of the weekend could end up dry. Still plenty of time for details with this possible system, but currently the local area would be on the warm side of the system with temperatures above normal well into the 40s.